Hey guys, just want to give you a quick piece of advice. This happened yesterday. A friend of mine called me and said, "Hey, can we go out and sight in my gun?" This was on Sunday. With him being able to go deer hunting for the first time this year on Monday, and he bought a new rifle, had a scope and stuff put on it where he bought the rifle at, and so I said, "Sure, we'll go out." So we went up to the range. I bore sighted it for him. So I just wanted to show you here. This was the first shots. He was aiming at the blue dot here and hit up here. 50 yards. We're on paper. I'm happy with it. So I dialed it over and down, and I told him to take a second shot at 100 yards. So I had another piece of paper beside of this, but I had him aim at this dot. He hits right here. Let me get this facing right. So he hits right here on his first shot. So he's happy. I'm happy. I'm patting myself on the back about having this gun sighted in 2 shots. So he shoots some more with some different guns. He had set that one off to the side, and I told him, I said, "Why don't you just go ahead and shoot a group?" And he was a little bit recoil sensitive because it was a 30-06, and it's a lightweight gun, and he's not a huge guy. So had him shoot another shot there at 100 at the same spot. So this shot went here. So automatically I started poking fun at him. "Man, you must have yanked the heck out of that one." Because heck, it's 3-4 inches away from the first one, a little bit higher, and then that far away. So I said, "Shoot another one." I said, "Just take your time, don't worry about the recoil, and just shoot another one." So he shot another one, and it was starting to get late in the afternoon, in the evening, and it was kind of it wasn't like really hard to see, but we were starting to lose light, and we couldn't see a hole in the paper, and I couldn't tell if he had cut one of the other holes or with those blue dots. If you hit right in the middle of those blue dots, you can't see if you actually hit it or not. So we just assumed the best, and it was in there. So a little bit later, he wanted to try to shoot at the steel plates at 400, and I said, "Have at it." So I'm spotting, and he's shooting, and he shot 2 or 3 times, and I couldn't see dirt fly or anything, and I'm like, "Man, I don't know what's going on, because you should be hitting the plate." I said, "Granted, it's factory ammunition, but it's like a 24 by 24 plate. It's pretty good size, and you should be hitting the plate. If you don't hit it, I should see the dirt kick up around it somewhere, but I couldn't see anything." So he actually had talked his girlfriend into shooting it as well, and he was standing there watching her shoot, coaching her a little bit, just trying to make sure she's comfortable. Well, she shoots, and then he notices something. Now this is quite amusing. So he bought the gun at Gander Outdoors within the month that they were, I don't know, going out of business or closing down or whatever. So here's the gun. It's a Savage Axis, the Woodstock one. Not a real high dollar gun. But here's the problem. Unless this is something new in the market these days that have a scope ring that slides back and forward, then we have a problem here. So what I was showing him is when they put this scope on, there is absolutely no way. I don't know if I can get this. If you look right here, you can see, my lighting's not real good, but you can see right there where right there, where your base is supposed to hook into, or your scope ring is supposed to hook into your base of your scope. It's not even close. There's no way that it was even in there at all to begin with. Now, I don't know if this happened while we were shooting or not, but this screw here is completely missing. No idea where it's at. Obviously, this was loose. This one was, yep, that one was loose as well. I mean, we're lucky that the scope didn't just fall off, just like it did right there yesterday when we were shooting. So, lesson learned for him, you know, one, never let, put this down, never let, you know, big box store guys like that put a scope on for you. Some of them may know what they're doing, some of them may not know what they're doing, and that's the problem. You know, had we stopped, that's what I told him, had we stopped after the second shot that hit, you know, right there by the bullseye where we were aiming at, had we stopped and not done anything else that evening, and then he took it out today and went hunting with it, and, you know, maybe the biggest deer he's ever seen in his life came by and he missed it because of this. You know, how bad would you feel? How upset would you be? So, if you don't know how to mount a scope, so be it. Take it to somebody that does. Don't let these guys that work in these stores that only half know, you know, what they're doing. And obviously this person did not know what they were doing at all. Don't let them do it because you don't want to risk that. He did have another rifle that, you know, I had done some hand loads for him in the past couple of years that he was able to take today. But please, if you want to go to Gander or, you know, whatever, Dick's or, you know, any of those stores and buy a gun and have them mount the scope for you, take it somewhere else. Let them double check everything, or if you're mechanically inclined to check it all. Make sure it's all tight, make sure it's all good to go, because you don't want, you know, a failure like that of some guy that doesn't know, you know how to properly mount a scope. So that's my tip for you. I know this was a little longer than what I was hoping, but make sure you have somebody, and that goes with your archery equipment too. You know, if you go to you know, one of these stores and buy some, you know, a bow or whatever, take it to a guy that can really set it up for you. So, all right guys, thanks for watching.